fashion show turns Invictus into a farce. During her 6 days of the Invictus Games, the spotlight-hungry Duchess spent a total of $250,000 on jewelry and clothes, and much of it was completely inappropriate. This has to be the biggest slap in the face to those wounded soldiers who are fighting to win medals. And once again, a big welcome back, my friends, to our Kate Middleton and the Queen YouTube channel. While Meghan Markle was a working royal, the cost of her clothing for work engagements was covered by then Prince Charles for the budget that he gave Meghan and Harry from the Duchy of Cornwall. And as my previous research video highlighted, Meghan spent more than $2 million on clothes and jewelry during her 70-something days as a royal. But after Meghan and Harry claimed they wanted to be financially independent, it's not really clear who is paying the tab for Meghan's clothing, or whether she always pays full price for her clothes or gets discounts from designers. And as we have mentioned before, according to unofficial statistics from Daily Mail, Meghan wore a total of 18 different outfits combined with jewelry equal to more than £300,000 during the days of attending the games. You'd never know it by looking at the photos. I mean, it would have been much more appropriate for Meghan to have worn some sports clothes with Invictus logos, right, for all the grandstanding and marching and medal awarding and clapping and anything else to make sure that she got her photo ops. It is such a shame that Meghan couldn't demean herself to wear an Invictus t-shirt to show real solidarity. Instead, she turned it into her own personal fashion show, and most of what she wore was completely inappropriate. And I'm not sure if it's her personal style or it's her stylist. I doubt she witnessed much of the real competition, because she had to have spent most of her time altering her hairstyle and clothing. Even if she did, it wasn't much. I'm not sure what she was trying to accomplish with all of her wardrobe changes, but in any case, all she managed to do was emphasize how desperate she is for attention and how she can't obtain it on her own, which is why she had to cling on to the games. She did manage to make this all about herself, turning a respectable occasion into a shoddy Hollywood beauty display. The truth is that the games events don't have outcomes or winners announced in the mainstream media, but we are fully aware of every action. It should have been about the injured troops and their families, since they are the actual heroes, but Meghan Markle, an ill-dressed hussy with no connection to them, hijacked the event. For this, we must blame the media. Invictus needs to get rid of Harry if they want to succeed in the future, and Harry might need to try to stop his evil wife from taking over his projects because he needs something for himself. After all, the media is to blame for making the Invictus Games all about Harry and Meghan instead of the veterans, and I chose not to watch any of it as a result. Another thing that really annoys me is that all that money could have gone to the veterans instead of Meghan. She could have dressed down in some jeans and a top and looked good, but she insisted on making it all about herself. The woman has poor taste as usual, and she was dressed in clothing that didn't even fit her most of the time. Most of it was wrinkled, and I would never have mistaken it for couture. It also made a lot of the event's attendees look like garbage. Her clothing are always wrinkled, nothing fits, her shoes are much too big, and she can't even walk in heels. In addition, the clothes weren't suited for the situation. Who goes to a sporting event in stilettos and an evening gown, after all? There's much to be said about Meghan's taste and attire. What was it about those beige pants? Was she swimming in them? They are much too large and don't fit her body shape. Given that she normally wears her belts so high and that they were much too long and wrinkled, she already has a boxy appearance. She had to use that belt to keep her trousers up since they are really high up. Meghan Markle does have a knack for dressing poorly and wearing it at the wrong moments. I find it incredible that someone can spend so much money on apparel and still come out as so cheap. Sincerely, I'm starting to think that maybe this is a calculated move at this point. You know what they say about putting lipstick on a pig? She's replying to those businesses that refused her offer to represent them. It doesn't really matter how much jewelry, sophisticated attire, or costly shoes she wears, she still comes off as a really unlikable person. She puts herself in the spotlight with all she does, and seeing them completely demolish because we love and admire our soldiers, even the injured who bear their sacrifice for the rest of their life, Invictus was especially hard. Meghan and Harry were just so condescending to the veterans, they would just wave their arms and grin at them, but with all that jewelry and the several outfit changes throughout the day, they made sure they weren't in their league. Why was it impossible for her to dress casually for sports? It would be much more fitting, I mean. I find it incomprehensible how the other Invictus members let this to occur, therefore let's briefly change the subject to the video we uploaded of Meghan and Harry receiving a cruel curse for attending their regular meetings with NATO chiefs. I want to share a select handful of your comments with you since I thoroughly enjoyed reading all of them. I want to start by sharing a succinct yet lovely comment from Yvonne. "I don't care what Harry and Meghan do," claims Yvonne. "Prince William and Princess Catherine are two people I adore. We all share this sentiment, therefore are they not a blessing? It's vital to take a break from the Harry and Meghan drama sometimes and keep in mind that Prince William and Catherine are doing an excellent job of portraying the monarchy." I really appreciate what Aquarius said immediately after that. "I think the Harkles are utterly insane to think they can overthrow the monarchy, they really need assistance. It's on the edge honestly, honey, this is insane. In my opinion, that is not even questionable. Insanity they may have already over the boundary, in my opinion. If they are not borderline mad, I don't know what they are," and Karen concurs. "If they are not absolutely insane, it must be due to a decline in mental capacity and awareness. In any case, it's true that they obviously have mental health issues, and in an unexpected turn of events, I also thought this remark from user ET2 was incredibly fascinating. I want to make sure I understand you correctly, so you're saying that Bob Iger was upset that they banned Meghan and that he was going to withdraw support because of that. Now honestly, after what Meghan did with that whole Elephant's voiceover project, I wouldn't think that that would be the case. However, given what Meghan did with that whole Elephant's voiceover project, I wouldn't think that. What in the world qualifies Sue Clark to be an Invictus and parade about with military personnel?" This following reply from Sue Clark had me rolling in the floor. Your analysis is right on.